Testing, testing. Can people hear me? How's the chat going? Hi. Oh my god, this is not working out well. Hi, Rixie.
Hi.
Yay, now you are on. So you can also present at the same time.
Yeah. Do you want to invite Vili as well?
Oh, yes. I don't have VD's. I need to get VD's email though. Right now, our big problem is the bit.ly link has changed. It has to have a 1 at the back. So I don't know how to get the word out because on our poster it's just webinar. There's no 1.
And you can't like change the old. Can you change when you transpose the old bit.ly link? Can you
No, I cannot change the original source of a bit.ly link. I can only change the name of a Bitly link. I tried changing the name of the previous Bitly link to something else, so I can use this. So I can use the supposedly Bitly link, but it won't let me.
So did you change it already? The old one? Maybe it needs some time.
Yeah, I already changed the old one to NA Recruitment 2, NA Recruitment Webinar 2. So when I tried to change it to NA Recruitment 1, the new one to NA Recruitment Webinar only, it won't let me. Yeah, it says this custom bit link is taken. I'm stressed out right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We either like send an, I don't know if we should just like send the email out again, but
Do you think we can do that right now?
we could. I could maybe do that.
Can you try to do that? I'm trying to reach out to Vili if he. Yeah, I need to get Vili's email address. Oh no. Can you send me the list of emails so that I can invite one by one? Yes.
It's on the thing. It's in ICMS. I sent a screenshot.
Okay. Can you give me the list of only the emails?
Yeah.
Yes, I need that.
I will send it on WhatsApp.
Okay. I'm just trying not to stress out right now. Okay.
It's okay just treating as a send it as a list. I can't copying one by one. If you just copy all of that.
Okay, I will.
It's just. Oh, I mean, I technically could, I guess, if I just do one whole.
Yeah.
Individually. No, that's fine. I can do that.
But I'm scared if I have a problem. I'm scared if I have a problem posting it. But you can try first.
What problem posting? What do you mean? I'm just copying the emails and separating them by commas. So,
I'm also talking with Shahida right now. I'm trying to see if I can try to. No, it says this custom bit link is already taken, so I still cannot use it. I don't think it's the source fault. It's the problem is right now is because that link is connected to a source. So even though if we kill the source, that link is like no longer in use. Yeah, that's the big problem right now. Okay, I only have 4 emails.
Okay, that's everyone. The thing I just sent it to you now. Cool.
Okay. Let me see. Did you send it to me through WhatsApp?
Yeah, it's on WhatsApp.
Okay. It won't let me. It still won't let me like copy all, so I have to. Oh my gosh, so much people. At least that these people can, interact and check out, right? If I invite them.
Yep.
At least these people can interact with that. So I can see their faces, right? Okay, I'm gonna add
Maybe just treat it as a learning experience for Thursday also lah. If like today's one tak jadi so much, it's fine.
Betul.
Yeah, don't stress out about it so much.
Okay, I just invited a lot of people. So really. Okay, so I will just. How's your day, Lexi?
It was okay. I have 2 small quizzes tomorrow, so I had to do a bunch of studying for that. And I went to church, and then I had dinner with my friends at a vegan restaurant. That's quite because all my other housemates here, they're all Germans and they're also all vegetarians. So we went to a vegan.
But are you vegetarian or vegan? No.
I mean, I've eaten a lot less meat since I got here, so like maybe once or twice a week or something. But when I'm home, I'm not vegetarian.
Okay, so right now the only way we can actually get people to join, I already sent the link already.
Okay, you invited them already.
Yeah, so it means that
you can screen share, I guess, just on the first slide.
Oh wait. Vili said that he didn't receive email. I just invited Vili to this group chat, but he said he didn't receive anything.
Got it.
Okay, let me try to do this again. Copy. Wait, so how did you, I sent you an invite, right? So did you get an email or something?
Yeah, I got an email from ICMS, Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts sent me an email saying that you sent an email. Okay. I mean, you sent an invite.
Yeah.
So I got it from Google Hangouts. So he should get it.
So yeah, we're trying to see, right now we're just trying to get Vili on it. Because Vili he didn't receive an email. Okay, so maybe like next time, if I were to do this on Thursday, I have to set it up early so that, and then we send out the emails and the invites early. So that I'm scared right now that there's a delay of the email reaching the person.
Can you? So, but with Hangouts on air, right, what we're doing now is like everyone who wants to. Oh.
Hi, are you?
Hi guys. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you calling me?
Oh, this is for the webinar. In case you have any questions concerning ICMS.
Oh, okay. Go on. Yeah, I listen to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, we're still waiting for some people. Are you? So, yeah. So you can just wait. Yay! At least you have IU here.
Does she go to the same school as you?
Yeah, she goes to Purdue too.
Actually, guys, I'm actually at the airport right now, so like, but I'm still gonna listen what you guys are saying. So yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. My question was right. So for with this Hangouts on it, the thing is the difference is everyone who joins it is basically like a participant on the Hangout, correct?
Yeah.
But
I
they
mean,
can,
like,
I mean, they can choose to not show their faces or talk.
oh, really? Is it like that?
Yeah, I mean, you turn off your video, then they won't see what. Like, if I do this, then like they just won't see me.
But I think,
So
okay, I'm trying to get Ida on because I think Ida was watching. Like, we have viewers and then we have participants. I'm scared if viewers are people who just watch from YouTube live, but they're not in the Hangouts.
you mean right now on your screen you have viewers and participants?
Yeah, I have 2 viewers right now. But that doesn't mean, yeah, because just
For
now
this
when
Hangouts?
for this Hangout, we have 2 viewers right now.
And then you have 2 participants?
Okay, and I have 2 participants. But before IU came into this Hangout, I also had 2 viewers.
Oh, okay. So I use a participant, not a viewer.
Yeah,
Right?
so I think it's like that right now. But I'm not
So how, but where is the link for people to just view it and not participate?
Well, it would be the bit.ly link for them to just view it. But right now we have
the bit.ly, the webinar one. So the bit.ly webinar one link gives them the link to watch.
to watch, but not to participate.
Okay.
So the only way to participate, as long as they're watching, they can
They can ask questions, right?
Yeah, they can ask questions in the chat. But if they want to be a participant, they would need to leave the email in the chat, so I invite them.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Willie said he's already in it.
I guess he's watching.
Willie, no, but I invited him.
Hi guys. Shahida said something. Okay, yeah.
So Shahida, it's okay if you give me your Gmail so I can invite you to the chat, to the Hangout, to see if there's a difference between a viewer and a participant. Yeah, can you send your email through? Yeah, can you send your email through WhatsApp? Just want to check first, and then you can choose to. Yeah. Is she even listening? I'm not sure. Is she even? How do I know who is watching me? I have 3 viewers now. It was already 4:30. I should start. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, she's listening.
I think you should go for it and just start, and then we can take questions afterwards.
Okay, I want to see first if I can invite Shahida or not, because Vili said he cannot join. Okay, so Shahida is supposed to get an email from.
Hi guys.
Hi, Ida. How's everything?
It's good. So now does the participant number increases?
Oh, there's
Lily's
Lily.
here.
Cool.
Oh, hi, Vili. I mean, like, participant number that we have right now is 5, but there's 2 viewers. So it means that those who are viewing are not those who are participating. They're 2 different people.
Okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
that makes sense. Okay, so let's start with
Show us all your tabs.
Oh, no, you can see it. Okay, so you guys can see my screen. Is that right?
Yeah, do you wanna? Yeah, okay, just present.
Okay. So, hi guys, welcome to ICMS North America chapter, and this is our first webinar for recruitment to make sure that everyone knows and understand. And if you have any questions at the end, we'll be raising up questions for those who are interested to join ICMS for the next following council, which is the 9th council. So, I'm one Auni Kamila. You can call me Auni or call me Kamila. I'm fine with any of those 2. Don't call me one. Yeah, just don't call me one. Okay. So what is ICMS? ICMS is a non-profit organization which actually focuses on professional development in Malaysian students. Malaysian students that are not only in Malaysia, but we have 6 based countries, which is UK, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Canada, and the United States. So it has to be, the requirement for joining ICMS is you have to be Malaysian and you have to be a student currently learning like in a institution. And what we mean by we're developing professionalism are in these three oh my gosh, I'm so easily distracted, I'm so sorry, are in these 3 areas, which is leadership, intellectuality, and career. So how does the North American chapter operate since everyone is so spread out? Well, the answer is virtually, like what we're doing right now. So what we actually do is we use Google Hangouts in most of our meetings to conduct chapter meetings. So what I mean by chapter meetings is in North America, you'll have associates from different parts of the land, which whether in Canada or United States, East Coast, West Coast. So what will happen is we would set a time and we would meet each other through either using Google Hangouts or Zoom. The same goes for conducting cross-chapter meetings, which means that you'll be having associates who are not in North America, but in other chapters, which is like the UK chapter, that's one chapter, the Malaysian chapter, the Hong Kong chapter, the Singaporean chapter. Yeah, those are the other 4 chapters. And how, besides having meetings on Google Hangouts or Zoom, other further discussion and the place for our workspace is mainly on Slack, because Slack is a really good application, as you all know. It's a really good software for us to integrate Google Drive, also Google Hangouts, and also like many other applications in Slack itself that we could use to help us work. So moving on, this is how one of our meetings would actually look like. As you can see, everyone is wearing their blazers because this is actually this is last year's induction. I'm the one over here. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but never mind. And we do not always wear formal wear. Just a side note. Although we are trying to develop professionalism, we are not encouraged to have all our participants or all our associates to always be in a blazer, because it does not make sense, right? Like in the middle of the night, if we have to make a meeting, where would you get your blazer? No, you can show up in your pajamas. As long as you do your work professionally in your pajamas, then that's acceptable. But on a side note, another thing that I would like to say is the funny thing about conducting meetings virtually is that if you could see the pictures, you could only see them from like waist upwards. And that's the thing, you only have to look professional waist upwards if you're in a meeting. So anything underneath is up to you. And another funny thing that I see is in most of the meetings is everyone will look professionally put together, but in the back you could see their messy bedrooms. And it's like, okay, now I understand you. Now I can relate to you. You are professional and you are well goal oriented, and I can understand that you don't even have time to clean your room as for saying your messy bedroom. But that's how we work. So moving on, what the North American chapter has to offer as a chapter are our 2 big flagship events, which is the ICMS Venture Challenge, also known as IVEC, and the second flagship event is the Virtual Career Fair, also known as VICAF. So last year's IVEC was actually held at Ohio State University, and we collaborated with EPIC. So as you can see, this is the poster that we had. What is IVEC actually? So it's a venture challenge. It's a business case competition, and it's a physical event competition. And what we had last year, we had 44 students from all over North America, even from Canada. They came to Ohio State University and they were formed into groups of 4 to present their case on a case that we sent out to them beforehand. They have to prepare slides and everything, and it went really, really well. Okay, the next flagship event is the Virtual Career Fair by CAF. Because last year's was our second. Oh wait, no, sorry. This was held the beginning of 2018, which was around. It happened around March and April, and we had it. As you would know, it's a career fair, so we had big companies attending, and it's all virtual. Using we collaborated with InnovaSeeds and InnovaSeeds solution, as they provided us the right medium, right software for us to connect with big leading companies from Malaysia, so that we could find jobs online. So this is also a great collaboration with our other affiliates, which is, for example, is NAMSA. NAMSA is the National Association of Malaysian Students in America. We also have EPIC, which is the East Presidential Council. We have COMS, which is the Council of Malaysian Students in the Midwest, and we also have WCC, which is the West Coast Council. And this collaboration actually helped us connect with other regional councils. Next is our council-wide flagship events. So the previous 2 events that I talked about are the 2 events that we, as the North American chapter, actually have in North America. But this council-wide flagship event is a big event that relates to all chapters, but it is located and held in our base chapter, which is Malaysia. The first event is called Industry Insight, and the second event is called Malaysian Public Policy Competition. So what is Industry Insights? Well, let me tell you what it is not. It is not a career fair, and it is not a business case study competition, but it is a professional event that gives participants a good inside view of what big companies in Malaysia are actually looking at. Like, for example, during this year's Industry Insights, we had many participants from all over Malaysia. They came, and each company that came, for example, there was Sunway, Axiata, Shopee, Maybank, EY. They all came and had their own activities that they held with the participants in order to help them understand what their company is actually driving towards do, and further preparing each participant with the working world of the future. So we actually have a few associates here right now in this chat that were there during the day. So I just wanted to know if anyone wanted to talk about Industry Insights in depth right now. I can try to mute myself. Maybe not. Okay, then if so, then I'll just continue with this slide. Where was I? I was here. Okay, so the next big flagship event that we had in Malaysia is the Malaysian Public Policy Competition, in a sense, but we call it MPPC. And what it is a competition, but it teaches students, it teaches participants who participate in this competition what is the process, like what's the main process of making public policies in Malaysia, and making sure that everyone understands professionally, and like it's their sole responsibility as a Malaysian to know that it caters towards students who are interested in making a change in Malaysia. It doesn't matter what profession you are, but this competition is like unique to give participants the opportunity to understand the concept and the implementation of these public policies when it comes to like big dilemmas that we're facing. So this year's public policy competition, MPPC, was revolving around thriving in a I think it was revolving around sustainable energy. Yes, and from there, it was a great shot of getting ideas out in the open and among the participants to make sure that everyone is aware and everyone should take action and have the feel to have the responsibility and the patriotism that they should be involved and help out. Yeah. Moving on. Oh, yeah, so that's technically all I have. So I would like to open the floor for any Q&As. And besides that, right now we're having a webinar. And I hope everyone could, if you're interested, yeah, and still have questions about, some things that you don't know, you can ask them now. We can address those questions right now. Besides that, you can start applying for the 9th council. That would be awesome. But okay, how about I'll just move on to the hangout. And Rixie, is there anything that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, no, thanks, Ani, for the presentation. That was very good and addressed most of what we do here at the North American chapter. You should, okay. I was wondering if Vili wanted to share a little bit of his experience when he worked for VICAP and liaising with the sponsors and stuff, and maybe talk a little bit about that. Vili, you there?
Yep. So, I mean,
what did you do? What
was
some challenges? What was fun about it? What was not fun about it?
I mean, it was a great experience having the opportunity to work with corporate companies in Malaysia, especially since for students studying abroad, it's not easy for us to have the opportunity to kind of network with company representatives. So it was definitely a great opportunity to kind of just be out there, talk to companies, and have the opportunity to work with other talented Malaysian students in the US and Canada. So that was definitely a great experience as part of ICMS.
Yeah, and then for VICAP, so I'm the North American chapter national executive director, and that means that for VICAP, I was helping sort of oversee the process, and the part that ICMS played in that was we did a bunch of marketing stuff, which Shahida, who's also on the Hangouts, can talk a little bit about if she wanted to. But what I did personally was to sort of oversee the different small parts that we were helping out with, so marketing, recruiting, as well as a bit of logistics. And then also liaise between Malaysian student groups who had sort of respective jobs to do in bringing that together. And so what that process involved was, as you can imagine, like what we're doing now, we do a bunch of meetings every now and then. And obviously we had a lot more leading up to the event itself. And it's actually quite interesting as a working environment to do that. And yeah, I would say also being just abroad, having the experience of working with Malaysians back home, well, not back home, but Malaysians who are in the US was a very interesting one. And it gave me a little bit of insight as to like maybe how working in Malaysia would be like in the future. So that was in itself, I think, quite a valuable experience personally. Auni, do you want to talk about what you did during VICAP?
Mostly what I did during VICAF was helping out with the marketing team. So I worked with other regional councils such as EPIC, COMS, WCC, and NAMSA on trying to get the word of VICAF out and ensuring that we not only recruit, there's a team to recruit like companies, but media and marketing, what we do is we recruit participants and try to engage them so that they understand the importance of having this career fair, because everyone is complaining about not going back to Malaysia because number one, they don't have a job there and they see more opportunities here. So we're trying to fix that problem by having something that is a little bit more easier. So it's not for Malaysian students in the North American chapter to get to not go to a physical career fair, but to have it virtual and have a strict connection to big companies in Malaysia so that they can
Yeah,
So
going
that's
off
one
on that, we did have recruiters from companies like Gamuda, Astro, Sakura,
Astro, Sakura.
as
Yeah.
well as who else do we have? Petronas, Teach from Malaysia. Well, we basically collaborated
Teach
with
from
a bunch
Malaysia.
of different MNCs and NGOs, and we had their recruiters directly who were in the fair, and
Yeah.
participants could talk to them directly, and that was, I think, good as an edge for anyone who was attending it.
Yeah, and I think it's such a good opportunities because we're not trying to compete with anyone else but Malaysians. And being a Malaysian studying in the overseas is highly respected also. So having that strict connection is like, wow, not only are you already securing a job, but you are building connections with many other Malaysians, not just from the United States, but big people from these big companies. Yeah. But I would also like to talk about my experience working under the marketing team for Industry Insights. So Industry Insights is the flagship of like the council-wide flagship event. It happens. So both these flagship events, these big flagship events, Industry Insights and Malaysian Public Policy Competition, takes place during the summer. But I was involved in the marketing team for Industry Insights, and it was really interesting to work with associates. That time, it was the best time to work with associates from different chapters that are not in your division. So, for example, I am the External Outreach and Publicity Director. So I'm already used to, like beforehand, I was already used to having meetings with other EOP directors from other chapters and collaborating with them. But Industry Insights was the best place to work with other people who were not just in my division, but who were also in another division, but from another chapter. For example, the Secretarial Division from the UK chapter, or the Internal Affairs Division from the Malaysian chapter. So that was a really nice hitch to it. And the great part was, since everyone was under ICMS, we all had the same work ethics that we revolved around and respected each other. But the only thing that was kind of hard initially was time zone, but that helped us respect each other's time even more. So that's really good. Anyone else wants to add on?
Yeah, I was going to say an interesting thing that came out of working for BICAF was so when you work sort of virtually with some people, for example, I was working closely with Darren, one of our associates, and then over spring break we actually met at New York, and so he goes to somewhere in California, some UC in California, and we've never met before then, but then we hung out in New York, and then we basically have sort of stayed on and off in touch since then. So ICMS is also a great way to meet other Malaysians that you have been closely working with or working closely with, and have that opportunity to make more connections that might or might not be useful in the future and all that. But I would say that working in ICMS is actually quite a nice way to find a community of Malaysian students who are all studying in the US. And but also, so you do have this like shared intersection of experience, right, between both being a Malaysian and then both studying in the States. So that is, I think, something that if you come from a uni that doesn't have a lot of other Malaysians, so I go to Brown and there are not that many other Malaysians there, that was something that I quite appreciated having. So this like small little microcosm of community of people who were in some ways quite similar to myself was something that I had, and that was very good as a support system almost when I needed it. So that was good. So another way or another benefit of joining ICMS isn't really just about like, oh wow, so professional, do so many interesting things and like so many perks of being in a career fair, whatever. It's also not just that. It's also a good way to make connections with Malaysian students who are studying in the US, and have that access to people you wouldn't otherwise meet that easily. I would say that's also pretty important. Yeah.
Okay, as for me, so when I work with under VICAF for marketing team, so VICAF, we work with other students studying in America. So it's basically you working with people who have different time zones, but it's either maybe +/1 or +/3. So that's different between what I experienced working with under iSquared for marketing team as well. While working for iSquared, I had the experience to actually having to wake up at 7 a.m. because the leader of the marketing team, which is Maisa, and one of the people who handled, which is Marcus, are both in Malaysia. So at that particular time, they had to meet grounds with what time they want to have the meeting. So it was at 7 a.m. So when I attended the 7 a.m. meeting, it was initially kind of burdening me because it was too early. But towards the end, when you get everything sorted out together, and towards the event, when I attended those 2 days, it felt that all those hard work and all my sacrificing of sleep, it's all worth it. And seeing how Malaysians who came back for summer, either they're studying abroad or they're from a local university in Malaysia, they were all very motivated, and hearing what they answered, because I was also one of the like volunteers for to handle one of the groups. They were all very professional, and you can see how ICMS handles all those events, and it brings out the professional in you, whether you are in ICMS or you're just attending the event in ICMS. You can see the qualities, and they were very impressed with the events itself, which is iSquared. And then I feel that it's a success. Yeah, even though like you can feel all those hard work coming to a very strong ending. Yep.
Yay. It was a really good experience, right? Wow. Okay, so is it Vili? Vili, would you want to add anything about your experience with VICAF? Or you've done that already, right?
Yeah, I think you did. Maybe you just want to ask and open the floor up to any other questions.
Okay.
Otherwise.
Yeah, so those who are watching from home and not participating, we have 2 viewers right now. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask in the group chat. We would answer them really, really kindly. And besides that, are you Sabrina? If you're still listening,
Yeah,
if you haven't,
I'm listening right now. Yes.
okay.
I just have a question. I mean, so I read about the email that you guys sent to me and saying that the term is 1.5 years, right? So like my question is that it's just that I'm graduating next year around August, so I don't think like I will be like a student any longer, even while I still have my term. So just now, I'll just say that you have to be a student for that. So yeah, what's my situation gonna be then? Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, okay, I understand that. So Rixie, do you understand the question? Do you think you can answer it?
So are you a senior right now?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Well, we had a senior join us last year, and then he stayed with us. Yeah, so that was Darren. He stayed with us for as long as we took him on. That didn't stop the 7th council from accepting him as an associate and later on a director into the council. So that's not a problem itself. He stayed on for as long as he felt that he was relevant and could contribute to whatever the initiatives we were doing was. So he was still involved as a senior, also because he had a pretty chill, I think, spring semester. He helped us out with BICAF, and then he was still there for most of the time when we were critical, and over the summer as well, until he started working and he couldn't juggle both commitments as well anymore. That was when we worked out a transition plan between him and the council and getting people to fill in the gap where he left. But for the large part of his senior year, he was still an associate and he was still a director for most of it, if that answers your question. So you can definitely still apply, like definitely still go for it and apply to be an associate. That's not a problem. And later on, however your situation changes, we will be sure to basically work out whatever arrangement that will work best for both yourself and the council. And if there is a change that's necessary to happen, then we will also facilitate the smooth transition of that change. Yeah. So definitely still apply. You're still a student for a large part of it. And from August onwards, in the term, what you will be doing is largely also helping out with recruitment stuff. And that's not a problem, I think, so you're not really like doing like a big, like, as in you're not going to need to, take time off your work or something if you're working to like go and attend something physical. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I would definitely say like still like encourage you to apply and yeah, join us.
Okay. Do you have any more questions? Because currently you are muted, but if you want to talk, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
Okay, so that seems like we've covered a lot today. And this is our first webinar. We'll be having another webinar on Thursday, and hopefully things go better then. So besides that, Pixie, should we
No, I
call
don't have
it?
anything else. Yeah, we can call it a day. Thanks everyone for coming and thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.